M0FXB Hamtech, welcome to my channel. Let's get your radio displaying all the information on screen just like my 878 is. This does work with most DMR radios, but the 878 is one of the best because it holds 500,000 contacts. So how do we load this up? The first thing you're going to need to do is download your programming software for the Anytone 878. On the left, that's my sort of hotspot that I'm using at the moment that's connecting me to all the talk groups. It's called Blue DV, but there are many different types, so we'll just minimize that for now and show you this software. So we go down to Anytone Download Center and we're going to find the one for Anytone 878. So once you're on this link that will be in the description, you're going to scroll until you find your model. And there is more than one page, so we're going to go to page 2 here. And we're looking for 878, and there's one there. Okay, now you will need to find your one, but once you click that and download it, you've got the download tab here, you'll end up with a program that looks like the one in the background here. Okay, this is what it looks like. And it does need to match your radio because it won't work otherwise. The next thing you're going to need to do is get yourself a programming cable to connect your device. Cable that looks like this, and Bridgecom have them in the USA. In the UK, all the ham radio sellers will have them. Most of the 878s come with them in the box. So connect that on the side of your radio. You can see in my quite dark display there that there is a cable connected at the top here, just where my finger is, a twin pin. Give it a good push, make sure it's inside. Hopefully your computer will download the correct USB driver, but otherwise Bridgecom will also have that, and I will put a link into the description, and Anytone will have it as well, so you can download the correct USB driver. And they've actually got it here at POWEWERX.com. Thank you very much. Just look here, I'll put the link in. USB programming cable drivers, click the top one and it instantly downloads it for you, and just run it. We'll just quickly go to it there, virtual com driver, and just click away any messages that you get about purchasing. I'm on 64, just double click it. I've already got it, but we're going to run it anyway. It'll probably say you've already got it. Install. Okay, please run the software as administrator. So when it does that, you right click and you select run as administrator, then run it. Okay, so we've got our drivers, we've got our cable connected to our PC. Next thing we need to do is find our data, our CSV file. Now I've downloaded one. Go to this link, it will be called radio.net data dumps, okay? And if you go to my link, it will take you straight to it, and at the bottom here it says user CSV file. It is literally just an Excel file. And if you double click it, I just double clicked it there at the top, USB file, you can actually view it. Let's do this again. Like so. This is public information. So there you are. All the call signs, everyone's given permission here for their DMR number, their call sign, their first name. Sometimes they have longer names. You can see some people put their full names, and then information about their location. Pretty cool, eh? That's all the CSV file is. It's just on a CSV file, and your radio is has the software and the memory to store that. Obviously newer radios have a larger memory. So the next thing you're going to do is connect your software, which you can see in the background, to your radio you need to connect the COM port. So go to set, and this will work with the 868, 878 models. Set COM. If you've got the correct driver, you're going to be able to look up your COM number. Just right click the little Windows square here, select Device Manager. You'll get this window open up here. Move this up there. Like so. Double click where it says ports on the left here, ports. And my one is called USB serial device. The one beneath is actually my hotspot. USB serial device COM8. Your number may differ. Select COM8 and that's it. You're now connected to your radio. The next thing is to import that file. So we're going to go Tool, import. Remember at the very top here it says tool, then import, and you'll get this. Get some warnings there. I'm just going to click OK. In this window, and I've already done this, I don't really want to do it twice. Click digital contacts here, and then double click that file. So it'll go to the user. Just remember the user. It'll normally be in your downloads folder. You can save it somewhere if you want. Once you've got that, click open, and your radio will, after selecting import here, will import that whole folder. Now, I don't want to do it twice because it will clog up my memory. And also we've already done it, but be patient and it will import it, but it's not going to put it on the radio yet. Okay, we'll just wait while it does that. It takes a couple of minutes. The longer process is when you send it to the radio. Right, so we've now imported it. It says import complete. You click OK, but we're not finished yet. Click OK, the window vanishes, but it's not on your radio yet. So now, what you do, now you can see mine's working great at the moment. You would go to write to radio. So click write to radio. You get another window open. Write data to radio. Do you wish to continue? Click OK. Now this is the really important one. See this box here that opens? You have to click digital contacts. Okay? But when you've finished, the next time you read and write, untick it. Okay? Because it'll take 20 minutes to load. And you don't want to load all of these 150,000 contacts every time you load. So remember to untick it. But for now, we're going to tick it and we're going to click OK. And I'm just going to let it do it again, I suppose. You know, I've already done it. It's probably going to clog up my memory, but oh well. So then you're literally just waiting now for this to complete. And at the end of it, it will also say complete. And then we'll go over to my hotspot. And I have several different, it doesn't matter if it's the open spot. You can see my radio is now saying PC read. If it's my open spot, it could be my Blue DV type hotspot, Pi-Star, Zum spot. There's so many choices. Doesn't matter. If you're using, you know, talk groups, this is the way to do it. So let's let this finish. To get the whole database, it does take, you know, a good 15 minutes. Eventually we get there, 100%, and there you are. It's all done. The radio reboots, as you can see. Now if we fire up my hotspot, we're using the Blue DV one. It looks like it's already connected, so we'll disconnect the cable so we can hear. I'm just keeping the cable on just a little bit longer just to make sure everything has been programmed. So now unplug that cable and turn it up, and you'll see all the information coming through. I mean, it's pretty cool, Blue DV, isn't it? I mean, like, all the information is on screen. It looks like someone's keyed up there. But that's okay. And we can disconnect. And if we had a different radio, we can use D-Star and Fusion NXDN. One tip that I do find really handy for the software is if you go into the optional settings just here, double click it, go to power on, you can tell it what to do when it boots up. So it's at least your favorite channels are on the screen when it first boots up. If you look here, so we just put startup zone. It goes straight to my hotspot, and then talk group 91, and on the B section it goes to HubNet and then my HubNet channel. And so that's really handy, you know, because it is a dual receive radio, not simultaneous, but it is dual receive. Another one I tend to do is the audio. If it's too loud, if you got to keep turning it down all the time, go over from this tab to this tab where it says volume, and just that you've got maximum volume there, and this thing goes loud, really loud. Now these recommendations and this advice works for the 578 as well. You know, just change the number, go lower or higher, whatever suits you. Actually has some mic gain settings there. I mean, when you first go into this software, it can be really confusing. You can set your brightness, backlight, duration. Mine's on always. You can change all the colors. You can even add a photograph when it boots up. GPS. I mean, I don't use this radio nowhere near as much as I should, really. Recording functions, volume. Just looking around before we end the video. VFO scan options. And so on. But this video is about being able to find radio.net on the left, and I always use these. Now, this file doesn't work with all DMR radios, but it definitely works with if you look up here, you've got DMR ID data files. I haven't even tried that. NXDN, all that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Catch you on air. Bye for now. 7-3.